Taurus, what's up, Taurus? We're gonna get you a little channel message and see what messages come out for you. For those that booked personal readings with me, especially the same day readings, this is gonna be the last day that I'm going to be doing the same day readings. It was a lot, but I definitely enjoyed all of the personal readings, but we'll probably switch to like a 48 or 72 hour, because honey, when I tell y'all, I am super grateful. I am super grateful, but I'm also looking forward to the new year and all of the wonderful different styles that we're going to be tapping into. So be sure to check out the community tab so you're able to see what the specials are for the month of January, New Year's. All right, for all my lovers out there, I think y'all really gonna like, y'all gonna like this new style. Okay, so let's jump right into your channel message for you, Taurus. I'm also gonna make sure I got my cards. I'm also going to be seeing what's manifesting for you. All right, all 2025, we're only looking at good things manifesting into your life. Okay, so if it doesn't resonate or it's too specific, even for a fellow Taurian. All right, Spirit. Channel messages for Taurus. Ooh, we got the Emperor. So maybe you have Aries in your chart. You could have Aries in your top 4 or your, I heard rising sign. What's the other sign? Or North Node. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Cups in reverse. All right, so I'm getting that a lot of you guys connecting with the energy. You are healing your father wounds. Okay, so if you've had, your father crossed over or transitioned into the spiritual realm sooner than you or before you, if your father wasn't in your life, if you had an estranged relationship with the masculine archetype, the father archetype, the provider archetype, this particular reading is definitely gonna be highlighting some of those things, not to dig deep or uncover those types of traumas, but more or less what it looks like with you coming out victorious. So even though you have that past, even though you have those experiences, you will be victorious. There's some type of victory. You're gonna be like, wow, I really did it. I really created this life for me, or I really transitioned and allowed myself to be in my divine feminine energy, right? Because usually with the Emperor energy, you've had to be the father, you've had to be the provider, you've had to be that person for yourself because it was absent. So you may come from a long line of mothers, generation that have had to tie up their bootstraps and put on that hat or that hoodie and be the mother and the father in your household dynamics. So with that being said, let's dive into these oracles. Spirit's been doing their big one, I've been noticing. Very, very refreshing messages coming in for you guys. So I look forward to you guys seeing it and reading the comments. Y'all are always so supportive on this channel. Y'all are always giving your blunt force trauma responses in response to whatever you see. I love that you guys do not spare the pen. Y'all don't spare not one alphabet on those keyboards. Y'all gonna speak y'all minds, as you should, because y'all are Taurus energy. So I can take the heat in the kitchen, and I respect those that can take it as well. So I love you guys. I respect you. I hold space for you, and I'm gonna say this all year long. We listen and don't judge over here. We listen and we don't judge. That's my motto. I'm taking it with me. Channel messages for Taurus placement, Spirit. All right, so we have endings In reverse. November, it's significant, 29. Ooh, how we got reptilian energy here? Predator, survival, tyrannical. Correct me in the comments, please, all my grammar wizards out there. And then we have Alpha Draconian. What is going on? What is going on? Taurus. What is this? We have Divine Feminine in reverse, birthing fertility in reverse. Okay, let me unpack this right quick. So this would explain with the Emperor energy. You guys, a lot of you guys that this particular message is for, not everybody this message is for, but I got my light on you. You come from a long ancestry bloodline of, so y'all ancestors were either slaves, y'all ancestors were ruled by conquerors, okay? So there's a lot of DNA that has been passed down to you. This is also coming up in the religious sector, which means if it isn't by way of that diaspora, it's by way of religion, conquistadors, and the imprinting and conditioning at a young age of belief systems, okay? Because y'all know when we see the robes, what does that mean when we see the robes, okay? This is a lot of this is a lot of reptilian energy. This is a lot of corrupt, unethical cults, predators, survival energy. These are the authorities that have maintained majority of the control. And as far as the divine feminine energy, birthing fertility, and this being in reverse, there's a lot of unfinished business from past life energy that's coming back around from the divine feminine energy. You know what I noticed? The hashtag. There was a hashtag for Taurus that when I started this channel, and if others of you channel for Taurus energy, you guys have predominantly Taurus placement charts, or you watch, not say you have to be like a reader or something like that, but if you create content for the Taurus placement, the house of Taurus, Venus, Venusian energy, I used to always say there are a million Taurians that this channel will connect with. A million. Nothing shy of a million. It was shown to me, and not only was it shown to me in a dream, but it was also shown to me in a hashtag, right? So in the hashtag, when I first started this channel, it was always a million Taurus. So the hashtag for Taurus, it was a million. A million views, a million usage, a million whatever. I don't know how they calculated, but the hashtag Taurus in itself disappeared. I don't know if it's just a me thing or on my channel, but the hashtag for it, gone. And the hashtag, typically the algorithm would collect data of how many times the Taurus hashtag was either used or shared. And so in circulation, the currency for that was large. All right, the currency of collective consciousness was huge. And then it changed to only Taurus collective. Okay. And it's kind of like, if you guys know anything about the energy of Taurus, Taurus energy is the bank, it's currency, it's exchange, it's foundation. It's bigger than we could ever have imagined. And it's also the planet of love. It's the frequency that saves the world. And when that frequency is growing, when that frequency is healing, when that frequency is evolving, it's a threat. It's a threat because when you heal the mother, you heal the world. When you heal love, when you heal and you allow love to fill those empty spaces, these forces lose control. Now, interesting, right? The first house is what? Aries. And what came out? Aries. So, with endings here, it's pretty much saying that those that are corrupt, those that know where the value really is, the value is in healing the divine feminine energy. The value is allowing that fertility, that expression from the subconscious realm, allowing that nurture to find its way into the depths and crevices of where all creation stems from. But far too long, the mother energy was taken from everything. So Taurus energy, right? We call it Taurus, but it's Venusian energy. It's the heart. Has been removed from everything. Religion, reduced to the Holy Ghost, right? But essentially what we are connecting to is Mary. We're connecting to the mother. All right, the supreme mother. Creation. That which from all things we get to experience the beauty of that relationship, that cosmic relationship. Okay? So when there is two, oftentimes this energy's objective is to make it one, right? Monotheism, monotheistic, whatever. Mono, one, uno, nothing but uno. And so when you see her, you see him. When you see him, you see her. But really, you're supposed to see him. And that's the way that they prefer it. However, what I feel is, with all the threats and all the different things and the subliminal intention that has come trying to pretty much keep stars from shining, keep people from ascending and rising and coming into their own awareness and healing and doing the work and changing and finding themselves, the easiest way to target that is to channel all the focus on other things and create a distraction. And so I really feel as if this isn't the first lifetime that this is happening, and this won't be the last. Okay? So being able to connect with the Divine Mother, being able to connect to past life regressions and knowing and really remembering, not necessarily remember it to do it over, but when you have so many examples of how things have played out and so many different stories, the purpose of telling them ancestrally was to equip the next generation with wisdom. And I feel as if that has been the objective, is to strip that relationship away. And I do feel like that connection came online the greatest in 2020. I do. Because it's the day the earth stood still. Okay? And so now the new motive is convincing everyone that it's wrong to be independent. It's wrong to just be at peace with yourself. It's wrong to want solitude and you need this and you need that. I feel like there's an agenda. Ultimately, that's what I'm seeing here. Taurus, y'all always get these types of messages. It goes deeper. It's more cosmic. And so yeah, at times we tap into the mundane life and different things that you're going through in your own individual life, and you want to know when your person coming and all those different things. All those are deflections and distractions to a bigger problem. But no one wants to talk about that, nor do they want you asking questions about that. And so a lot of them are bots, right? There are some, right? There are some that really be saying what they're saying, but technology, the algorithm is aware that people read comments more than they actually listen to content. You know, they come for the commentary because they're looking for something that they can't find within themselves. And it's the question is, how do you connect with your emotions? How do you connect with your emotions? There's a strong energy of you being very strong yourself, you being authoritative, you having that self-discipline, you being that older soul. You may be very good at it. Hell, you could be a woman and you probably know how to play the male archetype in your life or the father role archetype in your life so well. But you may come across men that believe that you shouldn't be performing that role, that that's not your place. And it says more about the gender that they see you in, the position, the role that they believe you should have, that they feel sad or they pity you for not being able to play your role. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like had you had that figure in your life, had you had that role in your life, you wouldn't have to play it. So it's not coming from a good place. It's coming from a place of pity. And it says more about the individual that pities you than you yourself. Because at the end of the day, would not God give you anything more than you could bear? So if God wouldn't give you more than you could bear, then anyone else coming into your life pitying you for walking that path doesn't really believe in God, doesn't really believe that you should ever have to do certain things. But I feel like that's coming from a space of being genuinely unhappy with your own life. Like, you got to be genuinely unhappy with your own life to look at the state of the world and put it all on the infrastructure of the system failing, right? Because the systems don't have no real power. It really comes from the presence of the individuals in the home, right? And the whole idea behind the infrastructure was for purpose of procreation. So we could get into a lot of different, from humanities to history and all these other different topics, but I digress. I feel like the problem with you, whoever you are, is always going to be connecting with you requires individuals to connect with their emotions. In order to be around you, niggas gotta feel. You understand? In order for a motherfucker to sit next to you and try to date you, talk to you, befriend you, or any level of communication, it's going to require them to feel. You're gonna knock on their heart chakra. You're gonna knock on their heart chakra. And whether they come silently or whether they come out loud, whether they come unhinged or whether they become triggered, at the end of the day, you're a rebel. At the end of the day, everything that they were taught, they're refusing to let go of. And so they stick around in your life and they remain relevant and close enough, just hoping that for confirmation that you have changed your fucking perspective. It's very controlling. It's very narcissistic. It's like, I'm looking for validation, or that you are looking for cracks in your foundation. I'm looking for a way to be a bug in your ear. Demigod, I'm telling you, this shit is literally talking about, I mean, it's so much damn masculine energy here. It's ridiculous. Present power. So they like to deflect and say that it's not you, it's me. I don't know if I have what it takes. Or they may say it's you. You're too masculine. You're too this. You're too repulsive. You're too blunt. You're too this. You know, all these different reasons as to why they can't come forward. They put it on you, right? Because it's real for them. It's really about. I was watching what was it? It was like a week ago. You ever saw Love at First Sight? I think it's not Love at First Sight. The Ultimatum, but it's South Africa. I think it's the Ultimatum, South Africa. And they were talking about the role. There was one couple talking about the role of a woman. Can she cook? Is she domesticated? Is she this? You know, ray-tay-tay. And then they go off on this tangent about how one of the women is just repulsive. But in the beginning, she was the most desired. All right? But she wasn't doing the domesticated shit. She wasn't doing the stuff that they felt like was a part of wanting to be married. Because the whole point of the show was about wanting to be married. The goal is about getting to marriage, right? That's what they were all there for. Some were there for it and some weren't. And the ultimatum is about you pretty much giving a person an opportunity to either finally step up to the plate and marry you, or you leave them for good or whatever. So they potentially had an option to fall in love with another person's partner after doing a trial experiment, pretty much sharing each other's fluids. Okay, so long story short, the guy was doing everything. He was washing dishes. He was under that love spell. Okay, he was washing dishes. He was buying flowers. He was doing romantic dates. They was making out. He was happy to go work all day long just so he can come back just to see her beautiful face. That's just how much that was like his reason for doing. For whatever reason, her doing absolutely nothing made him want to do everything. I swear to God. And meanwhile, she brought her man there as an ultimatum because she wanted him to marry her. However, her man didn't like things about her that he wanted her to change. He wanted her to be more nurturing. He wanted her to be more soft. So he ends up being with a more soft, nurturing woman. He loves that about her, but he can't stand. It's like, even though he was being all extra affectionate and comparing and contrasting how this woman's more nurturing and more this, the previous woman was like, she know him. And she knows it's all fake and it's all bullshit. Because at the end of the day, he loves her. And the other girl he's just trying to make her jealous. So it's almost as if all of that goes on to pretty much him getting back with her, but him trying to use the other girl as like, you see this girl, that's who you need to be like. That's what I want. But he really didn't want that. Like, he genuinely didn't want that. He was more in a power struggle. And that's why I feel like the Emperor is coming up. He was in a power struggle with him feeling as if the only thing that he felt he had power over was the commitment of the marriage or not, because he felt like in every other area he couldn't get her to be who he wanted her to be, but also he fell in love with who she was, but he just didn't like certain things about her, so he wanted those certain things to change. But out of everybody, he the fucking one that ended up with her along. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much with her. So it was kind of like, that's the covert control issue that I'm trying to I'm trying to bring up in this situation, because that's what I'm seeing. It's a need to take someone, put them in an uncomfortable situation, show them what they could lose as a way to manipulate them into seeing what they have to speed them up along, or to push them in the direction that they should want to go in based off the time and how you feel about a person. But ultimately, it's just power struggles, to be honest with you, man. That's all I see here is like power struggles. And I feel like a lot of cultures are like deeply rooted in these power struggles. Like the biggest. All right, so this could be Jamaican, African, Nigerian, Bahamian, Haitian. You know, Haitians are a little bit more, they're not as controlling like this. This is more or less like, it's giving me more cultural, diaspora type of energy. It's also Mediterranean, Persian, different shit like that. Just that rebellious energy and feeling like wanting to feel in power, wanting to feel dominated, wanting to feel like this fucking God complex. Whether people do it out loud or they do it introvertedly, it's still happening. And so when they come across someone that requires them to connect with their emotions, they feel as if the person that they are connecting to is trying to like bitch them. You know, they may say that to you. Like, oh, you want me to play the woman role and you play the man role. No. Who told you that? When a woman is at home while her husband is at work and she takes initiative to go ahead and put the kids to bed, is that not her exerting her masculine energy? When a woman sees that you are struggling with something and without you having to tell her, she go out there and create funds and look for ways to alleviate the stresses of your day, whether you ask her to or not. That is her exerting her masculine energy. That is her taking initiative, protecting what you guys have created, while allowing you to do whatever you feel like you're in control of. There's a very subtle role that nobody likes to acknowledge, because like a ghost, has been trained and taught to humanity to overlook it, like they overlook you in the Bible. It's something that you just do, which is why majority of the world has the context of their relationship with their mother is either they have this weird dynamic of of your mother being the first love of your life, and every other woman is constantly competing with you and your mama, or you're a mama's boy that expects the next person to neglect themselves just as she did for you. There's a repetitive pattern here that isn't often talked about, but it's a perverted way even women have relationships with their children. Women and men do this. It's not a gender thing. It's psychology. And so a lot of times when boys grow up and they don't get to see, they don't know what it's like to feel nurture from their mother, they assume that everyone's like their mother, but they also low-key are attracted to women that are go-getters like their mother. And when they come across someone that's sensitive and emotional with them, they like it for their ego, but it does nothing for the depths of their soul, because they need both masculine and feminine. A lot of them don't remember, but they started out feeling fucking sorry for their mother. until they become just like their father. And they don't even realize that they've become their fathers. And so there's a lot going on here. It's a lot to unpack. This type of shit right here, nigga, needs therapy. But they will never go and seek real therapy and do the real work. Because at the end of the day, this is why it takes heartbreak. This is why it takes heartbreak. What women will say over and over and over again, it takes the pain of losing what you have for men to ever have an epiphany about the shit that they've done. You're lucky if they acknowledge it, they work on themselves, and then they show up as a better person. But for the most part, they are assholes that are unhappy with their life, that are in constant competition with the world. And when they're not in competition with the world, they're in conflict with the people that are closest to them. But then they continue to burden themselves and sacrifice themselves for the world, and then dying on the inside, like someone told them to do it. So it's like almost forced. And I feel like that's what religion does to a lot of people. It's forced happiness, forced obligation and priority. So the first time a masculine energy, or anybody for that matter, is doing it because they're just happy doing it, or they're doing it for the sake of love or whatever, when they finally give themselves permission to do it for that alone, if it doesn't go right, they end up wanting to blame the person that they fell in love with. This is a lot. And I feel like a lot of people, they don't want, if you have the capacity to say anything that I'm saying or to channel anything that I'm saying, and it speaks to the infrastructure of the system, of course, they are protesting against you energetically. I do not want you anywhere near my person. That's what they said. Just stay over there with all that shit. Don't come over here, come talking that shit to somebody I with. Yeah, because 5 minutes with you is equivalent to undoing brainwashing for the entire next generation. 5 minutes with you. They consider that undoing all their hard work that they have done to program you, to control you. In their mind, you're just a rebel that's broken, that doesn't have a plan for tomorrow, and you're just self-destructive and destructive to whatever, and they're gonna critique you. But at the end of the day, this is not up for debate. This is not up for debate. It's not about the gender. Bottom line, I feel like what this is saying is, if you are in a position where someone wants full control and autonomy, let them have full control and autonomy. Let them spend every single day of their life working hard, blood, sweat, tears. Let them pay every fucking bill. Let their feet bleed when they walk. Let their hands callous. Let their backs hurt. Feed them when they come home. Put love into it when they come home. Continue to bring the light. Continue to bring the sun. Continue to do all the things that you are doing. And from 5 to 9, or from 9 to 5, you got nothing but time and opportunity. Kick your motherfucking feet up, watch TV, and enjoy the free AC. Save your money, take all theirs, and do absolutely nothing. When they decide they want a little emotion, give it to them. It's more where you got it coming from than they can never have. But so microdose they ask, because they can't take that much love and affection from one person. They can't take it on a regular. They don't know what to do with it. You could literally tell them, you could package it up in the perfect wording and mean nothing, and they wouldn't be able to tell the fucking difference. So why stop now? They want it more now than ever, so why stop now? Why force them into an ultimatum to be anything that they don't want to be? I don't see no logic in that. But stop trying to give goddess energy to mere mortals, mere reptiles, mere predators. Well, stop trying to give it to them. Let them be who they are. Let them be for fucking everybody. Make sure you go to the fucking clinic. Make sure you good. You don't have to tell them fucking anything. What would you tell them for? You could make shit up. They wouldn't be listening anyway. You could literally say, you could tell them, you could gloat their head up all day long. You could dress up for them. You could smile. You could do a little two-step. You can put on the greatest performance you have ever put on. Serve your time in prison. Make it the best fucking prison you have ever been in. Decorate the halls. Decorate the halls. And when they die before you, you get their life insurance, you get their house, you get their property, you get their estate, you get everything you could ever imagine. Because that's the promise of you having to deal with their bullshit. They know that they're giving that to you because they know that they plan on giving you their shittiest versions of themselves. Because having control, knowing that no one else can have it, is worth the gamble, it's worth the risk, it's worth the challenge. You're gonna outlive them because you're less stressed. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna live longer than them because they're walking around stressed out, worried, trying to figure out how they're gonna get this money by tomorrow. Girl, listen, ladies, drip yourself in all the milk and honey you can afford, that they can afford, and then love your life. That's exactly what they want you to do. They feel like by doing that, it's going to deflower you. It's going to put you on a frequency that doesn't allow you to connect with that sovereign divine energy that they feel threatened by, because they feel like if they can control that, they can control the way you connect. The idea of feeling as if they can never connect the way that you connect makes them feel lesser, makes them feel dimmy to you. So we have reading books to each other. Yeah. So when you they're like, oh, you can read me books at night, you can wipe my ass for me. Get you a CNA license, or you can be really good at it. I'm really telling you to give the best. Don't give the worst. You know what I'm saying? This is no different than if it was your family doing it. If you come across a lover doing this, or someone that claims that they love you, losing track of time together on their dime. You understand? Lose track of time together, sure, no problem. We can lose track of time all day long. We have an unavailable bachelor develops feelings for you. So someone wants to be able to do the stargazing together. They don't want to lose you. They don't want to have children with you. They do not want to do certain things, but they have feelings for you. A part of them having feelings for you is somehow tied to them feeling the thrill of the pursuit. They feel like you don't want them, or this is not a lifestyle that you want. And so the idea of having you submit to a lifestyle that you don't want fuels their loins. It fuels their ego. So they feel as if this would be bad news and you would run away from them. And on some reverse psychology level, you will be repulsed by it, and they will continue to have a lifetime of runner chaser energy. But thoroughly, I don't see that. I really don't see that. Receiving the Smith Award. Yeah, someone wants to receive rewards while you stay home, and someone's also may get like a star role in a new movie. Okay, someone could be an actor. What is the Smith Award? I don't fucking know what the Smith Awards is. Maybe you know. Being a present partner in her life. Okay, someone wants to be the perfect partner that you've ever had in your life. They want y'all to read books together. Lose track of time together. Talk about their accomplishments. Being present for you and taking care of you and providing you is going to grant this person a lot of success in their career. They will get awards for things. It's like being with you in exchange for taking care of your earthly needs and desires. Spiritually, this person will 110% receive a lot. It will open up a gridlock that this person, this person has a lot of karma. Their bloodline has a lot of karma. It will open up a lot of floodgates of, by way of kind of like taking care of you or assuring that you have a good life, will allow this person to earn their spiritual wings. They will earn grace and favor in the spiritual realm, especially due to they got some blood in them that ain't so good. I don't think that is them. I feel like it's genetics. I really do feel like it's genetics. There's just too much, you know how there's aliens walking on earth. There's something about this person's genetics that just won't allow them to connect with AWA, okay? A deeper, the Supreme Mother. So based off how this person treats you, either comes a good or bad luck. An eligible bachelorette listens to your plans. Okay, so we have an unavailable bachelor that's developing feelings for a eligible and available. So we have a single bachelorette that's kind of self-sufficient, independent, listening to the plans of an unavailable bachelor who's developing feelings for them. All right, now you could take and just determine what side you on. But this person's plan, they have plans. I've been making plans. What you need to know is that this person does not mind you enjoying the luxury of what being with them offers. They do not mind. That's not a value to them. What's of value to them is for them to spiritually ascend. You are the earth angel that this person wants to ascend through your bloodline. Again, I don't feel like this person wants to procreate children, but they want to be necessary, or they want to provide a necessity. We have special family outing, keeping the promise made. All right, so this person may have promise, okay, to fulfill this role this lifetime. We have Mr. and Mrs. So this is a marriage by contract. It feels like a spiritual contract more than anything. Surprise engagement. One thing that this person vows to do is spend quality time with you, build sand castles, build family homes, develop new city. So it's definitely going to benefit a lot of people. Developing a new city is equivalent to, like, you know, building buying a big ass land, turning like single homes on there. So you know how they be buying like developments, and in those developments It allows, you know, communities to have a better access to better schooling, better resources and things like that. So this person plans on doing that in exchange. This person was going to receive the key to the city is what I'm seeing. I'm also picking up Muslim energy here. Old perspective shattered. Someone wants to shatter your old perspective. This is this challenging dream that this person have. So if you've been an unavailable bachelorette that typically doesn't get emotional with your partners, but you plan on allowing yourself to connect more emotionally with this person, I feel like there is a contract being written up, a spiritual contract as we speak. You are aware, this person is aware that you have childhood issues. They're aware that they have childhood issues. There's a lot that's going on that they're aware of. But this person feels like you haven't planned for tomorrow. It's not, listen, free will is definitely at play here, but if you resonate with this, let's use the Game of Thrones. How much time do I have? Let's use the Game of Thrones, because trust me, honey. If you're finna sacrifice being a martyr to be Coretta, there's always someone's got to be the martyr. And I feel like whoever this masculine is, they want to be a martyr for the people they love, for the people they care about. Yeah, the foundation, building, whatever. This person has a dream. Okay, Martin Luther King. They've envisioned a new world. And in this new world, the way in which it was always intended to be was for feminine energy to receive and masculine energy to endure. And that's what this person would like to, that's how this person would like to exist. This would not be someone that would be accusing you of being a gold digger or accusing you of being some type of superficial person. Because let me tell you something, right? Remember in the beginning when I said the biggest issue that this person has with you is that you don't want it. Okay? You don't want to receive, but this person want to receive. All right? So let's see, what is it that you would be sacrificing? Because there's always some bad news. 7 of Cups. Ooh. They want to sew buttons into your eyes. I can hear y'all all right now. Oh, hell no. I'm clicking off. Click, 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 click. You done lost your motherfucking mind. Hey, we listen and we don't judge. Did we not start off by saying that? 7 of Cups. What is that? Isn't that brainwashing energy? 7 of Cups. What is his eyes doing? What is all of this? This is, I will go into your subconscious realm. I will plant the seeds of what we're going to do next as a family unit, as a whole, as equals. And I will determine which projects we start on first. You will support that. And we will, you know, the masculine energy has the final say. About the major decisions that you guys make as a union. And you would have the emotional control and the maturity to know and trust that your partner's risks are calculated and necessary. And when this person wants from you your genuine input, they will ask for it. Otherwise, They got it pretty much like that. But again, if you don't agree, the luck does not pour in. You understand? If you do not agree, this is an energy exchange. If you do not emotionally agree, it will not allow this person to, I come to you, you emotionally agree, I get your emotional support, and in exchange, I produce. Who gets the awards? He does. Who gets acknowledged for the great idea and the invention? He does. This person may come to you and you may be like, oh, I had this dream, this vision, X, Y, and Z, this is gonna be the next best thing. And then this person starts making, they make sure that the resources are available, but it was your idea. How long has this been happening? How long has that always been the story? How many great women have invented a lot of shit? Hell, forget women. How much, when I say divine feminine, I need y'all to I'm saying women and men interchangeably at times, but that's to bring it down to a 3D tidbit. But really, it's the ability to connect with the divine feminine. All that is good comes from her. The energy, the Venusian energy. How do you, Alice in Wonderland, how do you think a thousand good things in a minute, That's Taurus energy. But not everybody's a true Taurus. Not everybody is truly capable of this. Temperance in reverse. So battling with you about, I don't really know, I don't really feel good. If y'all not in harmony about the works that y'all are performing in tandem with each other, then you'll be in strife. And when you're in strife, nothing gets done. So if you feel naive, gullible, or like someone is taking advantage of you, you're going to resist this. It's a process. No matter how crazy you are behind closed doors, it's going to stay behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? You will be a well-kept Looney Tune at home. If you get stir crazy at home, you can be stir crazy all you want in the four corners of your home. You know what I'm saying? But you do have a purpose. You're a well-kept earth angel. Possibly in a castle, or the only way for you to make it out on the other end with all your screws still intact is for you to understand exactly what you're going into, and for you to know of a surety that do not agree to any shit that emotionally triggers you. If you have not mastered emotional control and emotional maturity, you ain't gonna make it. All right? Not everybody is a Coretta. Not everybody is capable of that shit, okay? Not everybody is Empress energy. But I feel like High Priestess energy to me is like the mystic. And a lot of times when you become like Empress energy, or let's say you descend to a demigod where it's like, okay, I'm incarnating here, I'm an earth angel on earth, but you're not sitting in your High Priestess this lifetime. If you make this contract not to sit in your High Priestess this lifetime and to just be a mystic, and you agree to a mundane role of the Empress, right? Let the games begin. And every move that you make and every move that they make, it's never personal. So you gotta have a good routine. You gotta have a good life. You gotta have a good daily life routine. You gotta have a good regimen. You gotta be able to keep your mind stimulated. 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. For the most part, I feel like this person would be away, like traveling, working, and things like that. So you'll have time to recoup, but I would say, like, instead of you producing or putting out, you would be generating. So the Seven of Cups can also be like a lucid dreaming, euphoria. It could also be like several days of continuous sexual activity that makes you feel like time stood still. But all of that is channeled into the figure, into the masculine that you are engaging in intercourse with. They take that and they make moves with it. So it's still you, essentially. Just, you just send them on their way. You don't have to wait or nothing for them to come back around. In that process where you're waiting on them to come back around or to travel back towards you, distance between the two of you would be very good, because the space and time in which they will do their own thing, you have time to generate more honey, create more honey, until they return. Now here's where things get a little funky, okay? Not saying in a bad way, but it's like, I feel like very quickly, like after the first 7 months of them like having to go back and forth or whatever, I don't see them wanting to wait for those periods of time of breaks in between anymore. I see this person saying quickly, being like, nope, I'm the breaks, the distance between the two of you guys is too far. Because I see you being able to regenerate honey like quick. And there is side effects. There is side effects to indulging in your honey, because we have the high priestess here and she's motherfucking upright. Which means that the magician, the manifestor, the person working with your honey would probably struggle. They may assume that you're sabotaging them or not trying to see them succeed. And that's not even the case, because with the Ten of Swords in reverse, the only time that it would work bad against them, the only time your honey or your good vibes, your good energy would work against them is if they were exchanging. If you guys had an agreement where, okay, you'll do it, but because I do see the fine print here is that they can't they can't take your honey and give it to no one else to put them under the same, to have them under the same, to experience the same psychedelic that they experience with you. So in the event that they attempt to be like, yeah, I just told you that you're the only one, or there would never be nobody else, the Ten of Swords is saying they're good. As the only time it will go bad in their favor is if they attempted to give it to somebody else. And instead of it hurting you and betraying you, it would pretty much, they would experience like great loss. Like, I'm talking about people they love dropping dead. I'm talking about projects and opportunities falling by the wayside. It's like an immediate it's like this immediate cease and desist. But it's not even you doing it. It's the mystic in you. It's your higher self. It's the contract. From the source in which the conduit. So any little finger attempt to manipulate it or to like end you in a way, like stealing candy from a baby, you would be brought back to life by the mystic, even after every betrayal, and the person that had ill intention would begin to lose their mind, their resources, their money. So There's definitely a catch-22. They'll take one step forward and take 10 steps back. They cannot share this with any third party. I mean, it's super top secret type shit. Like, no one else can drink from this fountain of youth. Knight of Cups. So they have to come back to you. And so it's almost like they would start to become, I feel like the weaker demigods would start to feel heartbroken by you, would start to become suspicious that you're talking to someone else. And because it has a Nine of Pentacles. And so they may try to bind by a physical contract, like, you know, a physical 3D contract to make them feel better, and then that don't even make them feel better, because if they have a problem with keeping their thing in their pants, or if they have a problem with being a one person type of person, a one woman, one man type of person, it would fuck them up. Karma. 10 of Pentacles. It's like, would it really be worth it? I don't understand. Would it really be worth it? To even communicate or even work. Like, this is the type of energy where this is like your higher self is saying, there is no need to fear making contracts or unions with people, because it is designed to protect you. You are the mystic. You are the reincarnation. Okay. We have vacation in the Maldives. Vow to never marry, then falls in love. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. So I feel like you're going to have some type of honeymoon, vacation in the Maldives. It's going to be very romantic. Someone that vows to never marry, they're emotionally unavailable, and all that shit changes. And all I want to say is, intimacy with you is amazing. Okay, let me repeat that. Intimacy with you is fucking amazing. And people can say all they want. It don't even matter about that. That's not even important. Okay. Okay. You listen. That's coming from people that are mid. They ain't even that gas. They ain't even that za. Okay. So whoever you are, powerful. Whoever you are, they would be a fool to play with someone like you. You're too ancient. Your soul is too ancient. Your soul is too... I don't even think you really know who your soul is. I don't even think you know. So you're so protected and divinely guided, it don't even make no sense. But that's all I have for you guys. Sending you lots of love, wisdom, and guidance on your journey into the next one. All information for booking personal readings are going to be listed down in the description box. You can also check out the New Year specials for January on the community tab. I'll probably post it the last week of December. All right. I love you guys. Bye.